G'day everyone and welcome back to My Big Fat Mess. I'm Anthony Ferraro and today we are cooking the most Italian dish ever. Okay, it's not pizza, but it's the second thing. This is what real Italians think of when they think of this dish. Not American Italians, Australian Italians. You gotta be a real Italian to think of this dish. This is spaghetti, aglio, olio e peperoncino. It's the most quintessential Italian dish. And if you walk into an Italian restaurant and they can't make this for you, just walk out because they're not Italian. All right, what do we need? Really, really simple. A few cheeky little key ingredients. We need aglio, garlic. We need olio, extra virgin olive oil. And we need peperoncino, fresh chilies. Now, I don't know if you guys saw my video before, but my little hack with fresh chilies is I keep them in the freezer. So they're hard, they're easy to chop, they don't get all the capsaicin on your hands, and also they stay fresh really, really long. Also in this dish, you need to have some chili flakes, a really good quality chili flakes. Tell me you're Italian without saying you're Italian? You got a jar of peperoncino pesto in the cupboard somewhere. And, ooh, I should have done that. But, you know, that's just, wow. You can actually feel the burny inside the lungs. Fantastic. The last thing we're gonna need is parsley. Not basil, not shallots, not spring onion, parsley. That's what this dish requires. We need a lot of olive oil because that is the base of the dish, good quality pasta, and then good quality ingredients. So we're gonna rip straight in and get going. And the first thing we're gonna do is get our pasta water on. Because this dish cooks so fast that you need to have your water going and everything at the same time. So I'm gonna get that on and we'll get our ingredients ready. So the first thing, let's do the peperoncino. And you know what? Let's take it one step further. Let's make it the way my Nonna used to make it. This is Nonna style, aglio olio peperoncino bello. Okay, olio. And you need to put a nice whack in this. I mean a real nice whack. This is the crux of all of the dish. This is where all of your sauce is. This is an oily dish, but it is done so well because the oil is not overly cooked. It is warmed. So we're not cooking this, we are warming this. And the pasta opens everything else up. So while it's warming, let's get the aromatics going because that is where the flavor is. So first things first, get your chili going. And it's got to be done really, really fine. In she goes. 1 teaspoon. Get that in your oil. Once that's in there, give it a little stir. And get all that in there because what we're doing now is we're flavoring this oil and we're flavoring it with chili and garlic. We're going to allow these flavors to permeate and also feel it, you know. You want it low enough, but we need to get a bit of heat in there. So let's go up to a 5. Next is the garlic. So let's put a fair whack of garlic in there because that's what it requires. Aglio olio peperoncino requires a nice whack of garlic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. We'll start with that. Bang. Give it a whack. Bam! You know my trick. The garlic's all peeled. Let's shred it really gently. So this way, I know I was going to grate it. I was going to put it in the crusher and throw it in there. But like this gives us just that little bit more, I guess, authentic feel to it. So that is now roughly minced, okay? But what I need to get is salt in here. So other than the pasta water, the first thing I want to do is give my garlic a nice pinch of salt because the garlic will absorb the salt and it will help release it inside the dish. It'll start melting it up for us. Once it's there like that, what you can do with your knife, just hold your fingers on the end like that and the handle like this, put it down and just give it a little. Now, can you see how that water's coming out? That's basically the salt drawing the moisture out of the garlic, but also it's dissolving the salt for us as well. See, look at that. Look at it all come out. So now that I've got all that there, This is going to go straight in as well. Now, this is what's going to tell us if our oil is too hot, which is why I put the garlic in last while it's warming up, because we can always adjust the temperature. See how it's not bubbling or frying or sizzling? It's warm. It's on 3. You can just hear it cutting in and out. This is now going to infuse really, really nicely. This is our sauce. This is what's happening. I'm very excited. Now, let's get the parsley ready. Remembering the parsley goes in at the very end. So, parsley, we're going to use the whole stalk because I've got half a kilo of pasta going in. So we want to use all of it. Now, fold it up in half, make it into a nice tight little ball, get it all ready, and then we are going to shred it gently. We don't want it terribly too thin or too fine. We just want it done nicely. A nice, rough, small dice. The water is going. Let's get our fan on, take that off. And remember, what do we put in here? That's right, a punch of salt. Boom. Now that that's in, spaghetti. That's what it's all about. Bam! Italian style. And remember, once again, put it inside. Hold it there. Give it a moment. Let it get soft. Doesn't take very long. And then gently push, 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 push. As you're pushing, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Voila! That's all it needs. No oil, no lubrication, no butter, no canola, nothing. Just give it a little. Done. Now we let that do its thing. Look at the oil. Look what's going on in here. Nothing, not a lot. You can just see a few little bubbles. We are drawing out all of that moisture. There's not a lot of color in the garlic. We're just warming it gently. This is perfect. So let's talk about a couple of things that do not go inside aglio olio peperoncino. No cracked pepper. No, I'm sorry. It doesn't require cracked pepper. You may like to have it on the side, but no. We don't put lemon juice, lemon zest, preserved lemons. Ma per favore. Who puts preserved lemons into aglio olio peperoncino and why? I don't know. Don't do it. No preserved lemons. No basil. No shallots. No spring onions. No onion itself. No eschalots. None of this stuff. Absolutely nothing. Okay? Aglio olio peperoncino. That's all that goes in. Okay? Garlic, chilli, olive oil, parsley, done. Salt, finished. That is the true spaghetti Italiano. And every true Italian, whether you like this dish or not, will agree with that. We're at 9.5 minutes. Let's have a little look. But I believe it's hot. Al dente. Perfect. Now, the whole time this has been cooking, this has been on. It's warm, really warm, beautiful. This is our sauce. So, off goes the pasta. We bring her over. We can still leave that on 3. It's fine. Take your pasta. Allow it to drain really, really well. I don't want too much water in here. And then in she goes. And take this off. And then in she goes. Now remember, we don't want any pasta water in there. All we wanted was a little bit of residual pasta. And while it's in here, get it all going. Mix it all up, get it in there, beautiful. Now look, see all that oil? It's disappeared. Why? Because it's gone into the pasta. It's becoming one of those lovely sauces. This is our sughetto. Aglio olio peperoncino. And now, the final step. Parsley. Bum, 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 bum. Parsley inside. And the parsley is for color, The parsley is for freshness, for bite. Look at this. This is real spaghetti Italiano. You can absolutely use Parmigiano Reggiano. Let's get some and grate it over the top once she comes out. Mamma mia, look at that. Nonna would be so proud. And then again, inside, just give it a nice little roll, a nice little twist. Build it up if you can. This is by far my father's most favorite dish ever. Now look at that. Look at all this. This is where the flavor, ooh, it's hot. But this is the flavor, and this is what we want to go over the top of the pasta. Inside, look. I can't let any of this go to waste. This is all flavor. I know this seems like a bit of overkill, but trust me when I tell you it's not, and your palate will thank you for it afterwards. This is going to be the best pasta you have ever had in your life. And let's grate some straight over there. And for this one here, you must use the Parmigiano side. You can use this one here, which turns it into like a little, like a dust. But I want a bit of bite. So give it there, nice and firm. And look at this, nice and firm. A bit of bite. Oh, mamma mia. And there we have it. This is absolutely the best. It's almost like I'm in Italy again. Fantastic. So there we have it. Aglio Olio e Peperoncino, Italian style. I can't tell you the origins of this dish. I don't know what region it's come from. This is all over. North and south, everybody eats this. It's absolutely to die for. Look at the colors. Once you cook this and you smell it, sensational. This is where the magic's at. It's time for us to dig in. Buon appetito.